right. Well, we should be live with any luck. We are. And we're back tonight with some BX, some classic Dungeons and Dragons using the basic, advanced, or expert sets. Also, the, what is it called? OSE, Old School Essentials, works just fine. It's just pretty much the same system, just very minor things going on with it. But yeah, back tonight with our Mystara campaign. And we've got Richard returning with...
I'm Richard, and I am playing somebody. It's been so long, I can't remember. They might be named Scrimbleshanks. I'm certain they're the charismatic one of the group.
Yeah, let's go with that. He's the face, the half-man face.
The one we all know and love.
Jameis, who you got tonight?
Hey, Kira. Looking at the sheet here, apparently I'm playing Galen Rayhorn, Cleary Elf Priest. Level of 8, and I also believe that Scrimbleshanks is the face of the group.
It keeps you from being that, so, yay. Always a good thing. But the real face of the group, Dion, who you playing?
Hello, I'm Dion. Tonight I'm playing Stolbein Reinbach the 7th. I'm a level 5 Amber Mage, is what I call it. And it's basically a 5 levels cleric and kind of 5 levels wizard, but not. Yeah.
And we're getting all that nasty feedback again right off the bat.
Oh no.
It's horrible.
Really?
Yeah, at least it's bad for me. I don't know if it is for everyone else, guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay.
You were fine before we
I just
started
got a lag
broadcasting,
spike
but
for
now that we're broadcasting, it's all your fault.
Stop sharing the national secrets on your FTP server, and maybe things will clear up.
Stop leaking stuff on War Thunder.
Bill, who you got tonight?
Hey everybody, I'm Bill. I am playing Radnor the Large. He is a 9th level magic user, a mere 86,914 experience points away from level 10. And like I said, his name is Radnor the Large, and he's very large.
Is he not indeed? Okay, and bringing up the last person in our party, Constantine. Who do you have?
I'm playing Jenkins, the newest member and probably the weakest one, but who cares? I'm having fun. I'm happy to be here. For now.
For now, you're happy to be here. That could change.
I'll probably die later and then make another character because I like this group.
There is that. All right. Well,
next life.
So, last session, you guys visited a happy, prospering farmstead filled with generations of a family there to do nothing but good for the environment, who welcomed you into their homes, fed you, gave you good wine, offered you a place to sleep, and you killed them.
They did poison us.
Every single one of them, down to the newborn child. Killed them all.
Hey, they believed that murder was a solution to their problem. And it was, but just not the way they thought it was.
Yes. Yeah, that is fair. So Jenkins, I do not have a token for. I'll have to throw you a token out here. Your character class is fighter, right?
Yes.
All right, here, I'm just gonna throw you out.
I don't like the fact that you were trying to find wyverns on there.
That means nothing. Nothing.
It'll be fine. Worst case scenario, we get attacked by wyverns, and if they hit my character's head enough, maybe my character will gain intelligence.
It's always a possibility. I mean,
it's always a possibility.
Can't rule it out.
Can't rule it out.
All right, so this is. I think that works. See if you've got control of that token I just threw on. Oh, wait, you guys aren't even looking at this one. Let me move you over to this map. And there. It's going to take a moment to load. It's a fairly big map. So your character is the top left. You might have to zoom to see you guys. There you go. Can you? Yeah, you're moving it. All right, there you go. That's you for now. The one that sticks out like a sore thumb. Doesn't mean that you're going to be the target of everything. No, indeed. So yes, as I was saying, after you killed these undeserving farmers who wanted nothing more than to live out their lives and clean their forests,
And eat us.
To sacrifice us. Yeah, they
They were
believed murder was a solution to a problem, and it was.
I mean, to
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
fair, they were willing to accept the much minor thing of you just giving them Stoltheim. I mean, you could have just gave them
They
Stoltheim. And
weren't going to sacrifice the two of us. Just the humans.
Stoltheim did nothing wrong. Okay, I'm just gonna say that I stand with Stoltheim.
Yeah, because the innocent always cackle in that way that we ended the game with.
Yeah.
Right. So at the end of that session, what you did find out is that Stoltheim did sort of heal the land. As Galen had found out when he did a little bit of reconnaissance into the nearby woodland, there was a blight going on that was causing vegetation to die or to grow in cancerous ways. And after the mass slaughter of the farmsteaders by Stoltheim, it looked like that was pushed away. Vegetation that was cancerous died, new growth came in. It actually did heal the land. A very big push of power from that sacrifice, from that blood sacrifice.
But the blight is still there.
Yeah, I mean, it did push it back significantly, but there is still some blight to be seen. It's Galen, you were the one who made the initial discovery of the blight. Now you saw the pushback, you saw it heal, recover from it, but there's a clear swath of this. Like it's almost like a trail that you could follow.
Is that a hint?
No hint. No, not at all.
Can you do locate?
Okay, I don't follow the obvious trail then.
Well, first, this all happened in the middle of the night. The main farmhouse is probably in no condition to, finish the night off in unless you like being drenched in blood. But the barn is quite nice.
Stoppelheim's in there.
Oh, he's already stepped out. I think at the last end of it, he stepped out and was doing all the.
Yeah, but he goes back in there to enjoy the barn.
Yeah,
to enjoy the house.
He's already covered in blood, scalp to his toes, just covered in it. But yeah, what do you want to do? So again, this is like late. It's late into the night, but you still have hours till sunset, and some of you did not finish your sleep. Actually, only 2 of you. Everyone else was drugged sleep, and you feel great.
I wouldn't do it again. The only drug sleep I really liked was the goblin sleeping.
This was a close second.
I mean,
Jesus.
the elf doesn't need any sleep, really. Just a couple of hours trouncing, so it's just going to be me who is bad for the day, isn't it?
Oh, that and all your gear is just covered in blood as well.
Is it? Why? Why is it covered in blood?
I assume that you put your backpacks in the farmhouse somewhere.
Yeah, so...
No, your saddlebags might still be left on the horses. That's possible.
So why is it covered in blood?
Oh, because the whole house. I mean, like, we didn't see the internal scene, but Stoltheim's display of power literally just drained all the blood from their bodies and just decorated the interior of the farmhouse with blood.
Yeah, I had a party.
Yeah, so what do you want to do?
This was just a farm right in the middle of nowhere.
It was a fairly large farmstead. It was, again, like I was saying, it's multi-generational. So, I mean, there were a good 20 people living here, but it's just a farmhouse.
Farmhouse. 20 people living here?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, extended families.
And they're all dead.
And most of them
stayed
out of the way and did nothing. I don't remember 20. Well, never mind.
Oh, yeah. Most of them stayed out of the way and did nothing while the few of them tried to apprehend and kill you, but they were clearly in on it because they didn't try to help you either.
Well.
So what happens when we come across all the hen that pick on Scribbleshanks? It turns out no one likes them.
Oh yeah, that was the other bit of knowledge you learned is that they had no surprises with Scrimbleshanks at all. Apparently, they're very used to seeing hen, which is a little unusual.
They probably sacrificed them.
Dun, dun, dun.
But it takes twice as much, so it's not a great sacrifice.
I mean, look, we got to leave a note or something here to say what happened. Otherwise, people will wildly speculate.
Just
And
burn it
this
down
land
and
won't
say,
get farmed on.
attack.
The note just says bears ate them.
No, I mean,
Just a note from Stottelheim saying they didn't pay their tax.
Ooh, I like it.
oh. I mean,
I mean, also,
the fact that
it could just be a raid happened. There was only 20 of
Yeah.
them.
right, but I mean, we need to let people know that this is not going to happen again.
We can't
Because
make that
otherwise
promise.
nobody tills this farmland. And we need this farmland tilled because, we need food.
We don't have enough
And
We
people
can't make that
to work
promise,
the farmland
especially
we
with
already
Mr. I go around killing everyone Stottelheim there.
Cultists of the dark side of the lady, mind you. Alright? I
Yes, you
have
are.
standards.
That's what you are.
Yeah, and I'm hunting them. My realization at the end of the session was I am chosen by the Dark Lady to wipe out the followers of the Dark Lady.
So
I
you
literally
start with
just
yourself.
snapped. I snapped, and I am like evil, killing evil.
As long as you're at some point, even if it's just me, are going to have a confrontation with you about this, and with intention have to kill you over this. Okay, so have you got another character in mind, or
Yeah,
have I got another
eventually.
character in mind?
Oh
Killing him only makes him stronger. You'll come back as undead Stoltheim.
yeah, baby.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
look at
My
him.
puppy is reminding me that you also have the consideration that all their farm animals
Yeah, we can leave the
are
farm.
still very much alive
We can leave that
and
fact,
will not be alive for long if they're left unattended.
Yeah, livestock we can bring back, but the problem we already have is we don't have enough people to till the fields we had at 13. So having all these ones at 11 is like, okay, we know there's good farmland here. We can look into that in the future. Or we
That's
can leave
future
all
Shot Alliance
these
problem. That's fine.
grave sites alone, and maybe the blight's coming from one of the graves, so maybe we should, I
Well, there's your
bought us some
solution.
time, but
That's your solution, Stoltheim. Undead farmers.
yeah, God, that'd be so cool. If I could permanently raise dead instead of temporarily, absolutely.
Are we playing through that Western module where the guy was getting the undead to do his cattle now again?
No, but that was
That was a good module.
It's a very cool module, but no, it is not.
We keep every time we keep finding people to potentially recruit, we end up either killing them or scaring them.
These were cultists. Do you really want cultists in our innocent village of pure-hearted people?
Sure, you're
Yep.
Stoltheim, whatever. You're as pure-hearted as a fucking. You're as pure and clean as a toilet. I'm gonna be frank with you.
Toilets can be very clean.
You said fuck.
So this might very well be Stoltheim's impression, but to those that are actually the natives here, the Derekine, these were just normal folks that still venerated the old gods.
Which is kind of my point. They might be a little crazy, but I can understand their point of view. As a fellow native.
Yeah, but you follow better gods than that. You follow
My
the
gods
Titans.
literally have. The Titans have their own issues. Every god has their own issues. You just gotta deal with it. These people, it wasn't their fault. They were ignorant to it. It's not like they have proper education here.
You're
I don't
right.
know what you expected.
We should make a school. I'll remember that.
When we have enough people, we don't even have 1,000 people, let alone 100.
Spring's coming, people will make babies.
You could call the school Jenkins University.
Oh my
I will
God.
honor Jenkins by naming the school after him.
I wish
Perfect,
I,
Radnar.
I
I'll
wish
have a
I
plaque
got,
in your honor for naming it.
Thanks.
I wish I got more education, then I could argue with this man more.
To be fair, out of character, Stoltheim's finally fully snapped and is leading into the Amber family's tradition of just madness. So
Let's see if this goes into a peasant revolt.
Like it.
Let's
Might.
hope not.
Well, I mean, that would be apropos, as most of the Amberites were killed by the populace who finally got fed up with them.
As long as Stoltheim doesn't go too crazy, which he probably will, I will probably not join the peasants. We'll see.
Okay, so again, your hour is till dawn.
Mhm.
Apparently, only Scrimbleshanks is the one that was denied much in the way of sleep tonight. Everyone else is fine.
So, Scribbleshanks, let's go to another area and promise me that we'll try not to kill them this time.
I didn't kill anybody last time.
Not you, Scribbleshanks.
Right.
It's Scrimbleshanks.
I meant
mean-
Stoltheim. Scribbleshanks, you're
Fine.
fine. I haven't noticed a single issue with you, except when
Yeah.
people mistreat you. My character is a fan of Scribbleshanks, as you may tell.
I can give you an autograph if you want.
No,
No? Okay.
no. Well, if you have higher learning than me, you might help me with reading. I still don't entirely understand that.
Well, he can tell you stories. Scrimbleshanks
Oh,
is
yes.
really good at telling stories.
Ain't we all?
You should regale us with one now as we travel, Scrimbleshanks. Help us pass the time.
Oh, God. Alright, okay. There once was a halfling who desperately wanted to sleep. But people forced him to march for a long distance, and then when they got to the end of this thing, he finally got to sleep. The end.
Beautiful story with a happy ending. I love it.
Thank you.
never cease to amaze me.
Have we actually gone anywhere? Are we heading in a direction? Please tell me.
We're going. What was it?
Seem to be
North.
hallucinating.
East, south, west. We're going west. We haven't gone west, right?
Left.
I think we were
West,
wanting to.
So the
West,
the
actually.
trail of bad vegetation leads northwest.
Okay. Well, first thing
almost
we're
a
going to
swab.
do is
Yeah.
you need to get some sleep, but I also recommend someone, no, not you, Stuttelheim, goes to the nearby, because there's like 100 odd people in this tile.
Yeah.
Go and let them know that this farm is now available for them to come and take over because things happened.
Being as it is night, actually, those of you that have night vision, I think it's only going to be Galen. I mean, you can see the fireplace fires of nearby other farmsteads. They're
Yeah.
a couple miles away, but you can still see them as the heat on the horizon.
Jenkins, if you're awake and wanted to do something,
Why not? I may as well tell them about the good word of the Titans, as long as they don't mind it. If there was any orcs here, they'd fucking love the Titans.
Is anybody going with Jenkins to the nearest farmstead?
No.
Scribbleshanks, you need to sleep.
I'll go with you.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Two
I also need to-
emissaries of very different gods.
Okay.
I need to rest up as well.
Yep. So
Huh?
Shultime and Jenkins head off to the nearest bit of smokestack smoke that Galen kind of just points out that way. Just head that way. Yeah. There is kind of pasture clearing, and so if once you start heading in that direction, after a little bit of walking, you can see the farmstead ahead of you. Very much like this one, very large central house, a couple of smaller like barns, cleared out area where the trees have been cut away to provide land to graze on. Now you are, however, in thick wilderness in the middle of the night, and neither one of you can see in the dark. It's a fairly well moonlit night, though. So, are either of you lighting a torch or a lantern? You can see fine without it, with the amount of moonlight that's out. And it is a
Torch.
fairly, opened area. All the trees have been cut back around the farmland.
I want to light a torch, partly in honor of the Titans, and also because if someone gets close that threatens me, I might do some fire tributes, as they call it.
Okay. Let me have both of you roll a d6. And Jenkins, I know your character is not exactly the most attractive person, but what is your actual charisma?
My actual charisma, let me take a look. Probably not good. 6.
Okay.
So let me roll a d6. 6.
Same thing
That's
for
a
you,
D8.
Dion.
That was a d8.
Yeah, reroll.
2.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
like-
Jenkins, you're probably taking point as you guys are walking through. You see the farmstead ahead of you. You start walking up a rise. You're going by cattle pens. Cows are, asleep, standing as normal. And Jenkins, you see their guard. Much like the farmstead you just finished, they were telling you that they do get raided on occasion, so they do set out guards. This one is up in a tree stand. You just happened to see them as they were putting out like a lamplight, and they take a shot at you as they start ringing a bell and start screaming out, "Orc! Orc!"
Bitch, I ain't a fucking orc, you goddamn fucking moron. Do I look like a goddamn orc to you? No, I don't look as much of an orc as your mother does, you fucking dumbass.
What's your armor class?
My armor class? Let's take a look at this. If he hits me, I'm gonna fucking scream at him like his mother has like last week.
It hits an AC of 3, so
AC of 4, so it hits.
yeah, it hits.
How much damage?
4 points of damage. So you start yelling as a full yard of stem and arrow gets you just right center of mass. Yeah, 4 points of damage. It starts ringing this bell and screaming out "orc." Your yelling back is pretty much drowned out by the sound of the clang of the bell. Stoltheim, you start seeing lanterns bobbing up on the hill where the farmhouse is, running up to your location.
Still time. I think we're gonna kill some bitches tonight. You down for that?
Well, let's see if we can cause them to stop first. I mean,
Hey, Stoltheim, what's your wisdom?
it is a 12.
Yeah, in this lamplight underneath this full moon, Jenkins is ugly enough to look like an orc at a distance.
I get in front and I'm like, hold, and I wave my arms a bit, like,
All right.
hold.
No.
Make me a charisma check here. Stoltheim.
Yeah.
Stoltheim's a bit better looking than my character. Let's just say that.
A high
Yeah.
success.
The young man that's up on a tree stand is stringing another arrow, and he starts yelling back, "Orc's got a human talking for him. Hey, Pa! What do we do about this?" And you hear yelling back from the house, "They here for trade? What do they got to trade? Samuel, ask them what they got to trade. What you got to trade,
We're not
orc
here.
man?"
We're not here to trade, and my companion is not an orc. He's just unfortunately ugly. I
He yelled back, "He ain't an orc, Dad. He ain't an orc, Pa. He's just ugly."
Oh my fucking god!
I am the lord of this land, Stoltheim Reinbach the Seventh. May I speak
It's
to
revenuers, Pa. It's the revenuers. They're here for taxes.
No, not for another 2 years.
I assume that you're getting closer to apparently the boy
Yeah.
Samuel, who's yelling back in the treehouse. He stopped ringing the bell, so it's easier to talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm approaching.
Okay. So who's holding the lantern?
I'm holding
Jenkins.
the torch.
Okay, so you're close enough now. Samuel gets a good look at you. Says, "Oh yeah, he's just ugly, Pa. It ain't no work. Just ugly."
Fella, I'm gonna need you to ask to be a little kinder, please. I might not be an orc, but there's a reason why orcs and my people never had many fights.
Don't get all upset there, buddy. I mean, ugly ain't a bad thing. I mean, Joe Beth would probably take right to you. You're a big strapping man. Ugly don't mean much.
I don't want no girl. I want guys, but there ain't no guys here that are good looking enough for that.
No, probably not. I mean, Edward, he kind of. I mean, it's okay. You ain't pretty enough for Edward. Anyway, you say you ain't here for trade.
No, we were here to talk about an incident that happened at one of the other farmsteads recently. I say looking daggers directly into Stolhelm.
Okay. So while you're talking, up from the farmhouse, a couple of young men are coming down holding torches, and there's kind of a matronly woman kind of in between them. She's throwing like a shawl over herself, and she's storming out your way. And she says, "Samuel, if they ain't orcs, they're guests. You even asked if they need a bed or some food."
Do you guys have, madam, do you have something that I can use to take out this arrow, please?
Samuel, get down here. He slowly climbs down, and she just starts beating him upside the back end with like a big switch that she's just carrying on her side. How many times have I told you don't shoot at guests? Come on, he looks like an orc. Now you hush your mouth. Gives him a beating. I'm sorry about that. My farmstead's open for any friendly folk. If you'd like, come on down. I'll take care of that arrow wound there. Don't you worry. Samuel's arrows heads are very clean. You're not going to come down with any kind of wasting disease from that. It's very clean. Come on down.
I know. I wasn't born around here, but I was born up in this region somewhere, I think, or the region other. We came to talk over about an incident that happened around there that I think some of the folk need to hear about because, you're a tight-knit community. You need to know what happens to each other. And plus, I'm not going to get too mad at your son. It is pretty dark. I'm a little insulted about my looks, but, it is what it is.
Yeah, you talk a lot, too. Why don't you just come on down this way? We'll take care of that arrow.
Yeah.
Her boys kind of hold up the lights. They take a good long look at you, Stoltheim. The two boys look over at their ma and says, "Hey, Ma, he's one of them invaders." She takes a good long look at you and says, "No, he ain't Thaetian. Where you come from?"
Averone. It's
Averone.
far away. Far away.
Well,
he's one of them foreign folk, but for the most part, besides some slight madness, he's pretty cool.
Well, my house is open to all.
Yes, I would appreciate the hospitality. We have fellow compatriots that are a little back down the way over by the farm this way. There was an incident. And
well, you can tell me all about it while we take care of your friend here. And so we'll just cut scenes. The farmstead looks very much like the one he just came from. Very homey. People are a lot less interested, I guess. Like once you come in, and she calls down some of her girls to take care of the arrow wound. Very proficient. They cut it out, clean the wound, stitch you up. Now they don't have any healing magics, but they do take care of the wound, and they do stitch you up a little bit. So, how do you spin this Stoltheim? And regardless how you spin it, you're going to be lying to them more than likely. So, I want you to make me a charisma roll first, and then go ahead and give me what you're saying.
Sure. All right.
If you-
So
And just don't try and shift the blame onto the rest of the party. I will defend them.
Showtime.
Full
Cast shift
failure.
blame.
Full failure.
Full failure. Okay, well, give me what you're saying.
I tell them the truth.
You tell them the truth. Okay.
I tell them we came to this farmland. They had poisoned us. They
Okay.
were trying to sacrifice us as lord
So
of the
does the
land.
truth
We had to
include that
defend
you slaughtered them
ourselves.
all, or just
We
that
had to defend ourselves.
you had to defend
and they
yourself?
had to be taken care of.
Okay.
Their farmland is now free and open. Their livestock is yours if you wish, and we just wish to inform someone nearby that the land is now vacant.
Okay. So with the failure, what it means, you weren't lying, but with the failure, it does come across a little harsh to them. So they do get a little defensive. But I mean, assuming you told them the whole story that you are the new land's owner and all that, well, they get very stiff and very formal after your speech. They don't smile anymore.
Please,
But
please, as long
the
as you're
lady
not trying
does
to kill us.
the lady does bow down to you and says, "Well, my liege, family did follow the old ways, as do we, but we haven't formed sacrifice in generations. I don't know what got into their head, maybe desperation. I know that their littlest one was sick with whatever this blight is in the area. Maybe that's what pushed them to it.
The blight has been temporarily indisposed and held back. I carry the blessings of the lady.
I have the boys take over that farmland if you are giving us that land to work, your liege.
Yes.
Well,
We are suffering from a population issue in the lands further south, but closer to the river. There's been many raids, attacks,
I wonder why.
zombies. I could go on. Believe me, it's been a struggle, and I've just been trying to keep these people alive.
The temperature's definitely shifted, Stoltheim. It's very clear that things have cooled down as far as them wanting to help you, but they're not going to do anything against you either. They're just very formal. She does not offer her roof, but you could tell that she's not going to kick you out if you decide to stay. But she's not offering hearth and home to you anymore.
But yeah, I just described to her. I actually will share with her like the struggles we've been having lately in the land and how I'm trying to get out and see the people and to take stock of what's going on here more and to meet the people and to figure out what I can do.
Okay. So again, with that kind of, so she's being, how to put it? She's being polite, but barely. But with that, she'll say, well, we have noticed some difference in some of the other demi-humans in the area. The raids have been less, but when they have happened, they kind of come in waves. Like a bunch of them have been driven out of their homes or something, and we just happen to be in their way. But more than likely, here lately, several of them have stopped to actually trade, which is unusual.
Is that the night goblins that I've heard of?
Smaller. Don't rightly know what they are. We don't. They barely speak trade tongue, just enough to make it understood what they want.
You said smaller?
Which is smaller.
Than a goblin.
Call them goblins normally, but they don't look quite the same. She's describing basically a bunch of the demi-humans that were at the big fortress that you guys dispersed. Yeah, so it's them making their way through the land.
Okay, leftovers that didn't want to join us from the get-go.
Yeah.
I see. What would you, as people of this land, like to done here?
Well, I mean, we got our piece of land. We can fend for ourselves. Don't rightly need much from anyone else, but it'd be nice to get some better tools now and then. If we had a proper marketplace that we could sell our excess, that'd be very nice.
Yes,
Right
I
now, it's
am.
mostly just trade and folks that pass by and hardly can get a good hoe that way.
It is hard to find a good hoe nowadays. I
I mean,
am
they're so
working
expensive.
on. Yeah, they are, especially good quality ones. I am working on trying to get a trading post started in the capital area. And I kind of roughly explained again where the area is, like by the hole. You
We
know,
haven't seen a traveling smith in a while either.
a smith.
Folks that will work on broken tools, maybe horseshoes, that sort of thing. We haven't. You used to be, you'd have traveling smiths would stay around. You can give them a night's lodging and some food and a little bit of coin. They'd have them portable anvils. They do some fixing and repair, and haven't seen one in a long time. You definitely use the help of a smith in the area.
Now, the people there had noticed one of my companions was well, I kind of make a motion of smaller. I go, what hen? Hen.
Oh
That's
yeah, the hen.
word.
There used to be quite a large community of hen around here.
So you are familiar.
Oh yeah. He she says, well, it used to be they were quite neighborly. We share some kinship here and there. Wasn't unusual for one of our folks to marry one of their folks, and I mean, of course, they all came out our size, but used to be we're very close.
Let's see. Wow. Yes. Well,
Every once in a while, somebody's born of that size. I mean, it's like the line's still remembered in the blood, you know.
Do you know where they might have gone about since, or last time you've
Most
seen
of them, like I said, most of them settle down here after several generations. You know, all the children get born our size. They just died out over time.
But there is hen blood in the people's veins here.
Oh yeah.
Is that all over this area? I kind of pull out my little map. Like all over? Like, did they spread out?
She calls over her husband, who is much older than she is, half blind. And it takes him a while to recognize some things on your map. He says, well, when I was younger, we used to go exploring out here to the cairns. You know, there's giants buried in these mounds here. Shouldn't ought to go digging up anything like that. But from here to here, it used to be small townships. We'd share blacksmiths and bakers and all kind of things like that. A hen used to be very much in this area. They came from, what do they call that place? The Shire? 10 Shires?
I see.
They were exiled from their home and they settled in this area. Very handy folk. Very handy folk. But just after a while, you know, they didn't breed true. There's a little bit of that folk still in everyone who lives here, though.
Out of character, are hen considered demi-human?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's interesting to know. And I'm going to ask him, is there any historical evidence of that, or like scholarships that was taken for that, like proof, so that
give me a charisma roll. You didn't tell your story to the old man, so he doesn't hate you right off the bat.
No.
Well, there might be some family paintings here and there. You'll probably find amongst those that got small homesteads around here. Maybe some heirlooms, armor. They when I remember stories being told that when they first showed up here, they were dressed like an army, fine chain and shields, and they were very polite and needed a place to rest and call home. Some of that armor probably still exists in families. I mean, not all of it was turned into plow heads and tools.
I've been struggling with demi-human humanoid relations in the capital, and thank you for this knowledge. It's eye-opening for the history here, and it's good for me to know this. I appreciate you sharing it with me.
Yep, he just grumbles. He goes back to bed. So let's just cut back to if you stay there or not. Or are you going to go back? It was
go
maybe
back.
an hour to get
We'll
here.
go back. Yeah,
All right.
not bad.
All right, go back.
Before we go back, can I ask something to the people? Because we're both natives, and I speak the native language, so I'm going to ask something.
So you don't suffer Stoltheim's negative because you are native, and they just assume that you're a slave or a servant. So go ahead.
I'm not siding with him, but how do you feel about him? I'm not getting the best, how do I put it, mood, feeling from being around him.
Let's say it's the grandma, the grand dame of the household that's talking to. It's like, he just told us that he killed our neighbors. I mean, they're a little, they maybe worship the old gods a little too much, but I mean, he just told us he killed our friends. I mean, how do you expect we're going to act?
I honestly expected much worse, and I wouldn't have stopped you entirely. But you know, I think I think I point to the small indent that's left in my head. I think he's lost more of his mind than mind right now.
Well, that's what happens to him. All these highfalutin highborns, they eat off them lead trays and it goes right to the brains, I tell you.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll make it so that he'll make that new wizard guy his heir. The wizard guy, he's a bit large, but he's one for the people, so he's awesome.
Oh, we heard there's a new wizard in the tower.
I know, he's awesome. He's a bit large, but we love the large man.
Well, you know what they say, you never trust a skinny man. Anyone who don't enjoy food can't be good people.
Exactly. He enjoys his food, he has good humor, and honestly, all of his magic works 60% of the time, all of the time.
Give me a charisma check.
I'm sorry, I had to. All right. Charisma check.
Percent of the time, it works every time.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, so they take a little better to you than Stoltheim, but they really do assume that you're just a stooge or, you know, a servant or something. So they're not that warm to you, but they answer your questions. But either way, you guys make it back without any ill effect, no random encounters. But while you're gone, those of you that are still back at the house, get a little bit of sleep or some quiet contemplation in the way of Galen. Anything else you guys want to do? Now, Radnar, you did succumb to the poison, so you actually feel great. You feel like you had an entire night's sleep in the few hours that you got. So if you wanted to relearn your spells, you could have been doing that.
All right. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm doing.
Anything else you guys wanted to do?
Yeah, well, ultimately I'll be re-upping my magic eyes so I can follow the blight. But at some point I probably should learn a spell of blight detection or some sort of corruption of the land or something.
Well, if you open yourself up again and take a look around, a couple things you notice that are very interesting. One, from the radiating out from the farmhouse or from the big house, the land has been consecrated. In a very large area. Like if you wanted to walk it off, it's almost like a mile radius around there. It was a very large working that was done by Stoltheim. The other thing that's interesting is when something is freshly killed and there's like fresh blood, the blood still retains a little bit of magical essence of, well, especially if it came from an intelligent being, right? Not this blood. The blood that's still very fresh, that's coating like every surface inside the farmhouse. It's been drained of any life force. It's completely gone.
assume that was all sucked up by the working then. Yeah.
And all the bodies that are in there, because the bodies are still there, very dead, no obvious wounds, but you can see where the blood it was just pulled out of their pores, out of their eyes, and they're just dead on the floor. They're not decomposing. Like that's also part of that nature benefit. You can see the natural ebb and flow of life.
Mm.
They're not decomposing. The natural things that would be breaking down their bodies ain't doing it.
If that place was, say, fireballed, would that disrupt the working that had happened?
No, the working's already done. It's
Okay.
as if a mass blessing on the area had been done. So once done, it's done. You're not going to undo it unless you. What's the opposite of consecrate? If you
Desecration.
desecrate, the area.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that would do that.
I'd ask Scrumbleshanks, but he's asleep at the moment. Hey, Radnor, can you? We probably should get rid of that building and the people who are in it, and that maybe just set it afire or something. Scrumbleshanks would have been perfect to burn the place down. He loves burning things down, but he's asleep at the moment. So yes, that's you. That's you now, Scrumbleshanks. You're the arsonist.
We love arson here in this community.
From assassin to arsonist.
All right.
Working my
Let's
way
see.
up the alphabet. Oh, no, I'm backward.
Well, do you guys think I just randomly go around setting things on fire?
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No. We think Scrumbleshanks deliberately goes around setting things on. You set things on fire that you get asked to. That's what I'm asking you to set it on fire.
Okay, well, I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. If you've got a fireball spell handy, I don't know if you've got one or not free.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them. Do I need to fireball something?
I think the house could be usefully cleansed with fire. We don't really want people to come across this and stuff. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't know. Maybe I'll look around a little bit to make sure there are no innocent people right around it. You
no,
know,
there's just us and the dead people. There's no innocence here.
I'll be more cautious. But as soon as I can be sure that there's not, yeah, I'll fireball it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You just make sure that no chickens or dogs got left in the house. And
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that the main house that he got sacrificed in? I'm sleeping in that. There are beds.
that's right. You're immune to fire anyway, right?
We'll find out.
I would have thought you'd been in the. Well, so you're sleeping in the house that's covered in blood.
Well, it's not going to be in every single room, right?
No, just
I
the
don't
main.
know.
just
I'm
the
not.
main-
I'm not saying that.
I suppose it could be magical. Yeah, I mean,
Didn't Stolhelm take the fireproof necklace off of Scribbleshanks?
I don't know.
No, I
gave
Maybe
it
back.
somebody
Okay.
else.
Never mind.
Yeah, well, either way, farmhouse gets blown up with fireball. Scrimbleshanks may or may not be caught in it, but it doesn't really matter. Immune to fire and all. It just gets nice and toasty warm for a bit. We're going to say that the party that went out to talk to the other farmstead, about 3 hours, hour there, hour back, and he probably yapped for about an hour. So you're going to be coming back just as dawn is just starting to light up in the distance.
Hi, Dawn. How you doing?
Yeah. You may have taken some food out before you burn down the farmstead, so you have some breakfast.
Yeah, I return and explain, all right, we went there, we told them they'll take care of the land and the farm animals. And
All
they
right.
seemed pretty okay
As
with
far
it.
as I can tell, the blight goes that way, so we're going to go that way after the blight. And if you could hesitate killing people, that would be great.
Only cultists.
Yeah.
Depends on who
Majority of
you
your population.
That entirely depends on how you define as a cult, Stolheim.
Are they going to try and sacrifice us?
All right.
No, but cults
Then
do other
they're fine.
things besides sacrifice.
Well, these ones try
Yeah,
to
some of them sell
sacrifice.
candy bars. All right, so you guys head off into the area that it's not just that. Yes, there are swaths of where the vegetation is just dead and dying, but some of it is like it's growing rapidly and wrongly. Like some of the trees are just covered in moss and fungus. That it just stuff that is just feels wrong to any of you that have any kind of natural ability with the environment.
So just me.
No, Scrimbleshanks. Well, no, I forget. Is Scrimbleshanks a city hen, or was he?
I think he's. I don't know. No idea.
I mean, he did significant traveling, going from
Yeah,
place
no.
to
Then
place.
you know that this is definitely wrong. It's definitely wrong.
I mean, Fig
But
Jam would think it's wrong. But...
trees are being consumed by fungus. There's a lot of lichen and a lot of invasive vegetation that's just overwhelming the natural vegetation. And then again, lots of areas where there's just stuff that's dying or dead. So you're following this path. You start to get into kind of this broken lowland where you start to get scrabble, rocks, small rolling hills, and this is where you are on the map right here. By the time,
right, it's just right.
By the time the sun is higher in the sky and it's full light now, and you've been traveling for a little bit, you pass into kind of this. You pass by like a broken hillside that's got. The middle of it is kind of broken, and there's a clear path of this devastation that goes through it. And you go through there, and this area is littered. I'm just going to move the map a little bit so you can see it here, with like caves within the cliff sides, and it all kind of spirals down. Like this is not just your characters would know this, but think of it like a meteor impact. So like it's like a sunken bowl, but it's not uniform. Like there's ridges to the edges as it continues to go lower.
We know about impacts. We've encountered impacts before. I'm saying a spaceship crashing into the place.
It's a very large area. And again, you see these kind of cliff sides that have holes in them. Some of them have what look to be man-made entryways. So I'm just going to scroll over here so you guys can see this a little bit.
While we're traveling, I'm telling Scrimbleshanks about how the hen are actually like mixed into the blood of the people here. I like explain the whole thing. I'm like super excited to tell him because I know that people have been giving him shit. So I'm like, the ancestors here, they interbred with the hen quite often, it seems.
I'd never considered that they were jealous of me.
There you go.
Okay, well, that's a new thing. Maybe I'll try and teach them more of my ways when we get back. Yeah.
I don't know why my NTA keeps dropping. I'm not running anything in particular.
The hen that came here apparently were all armored up and were chased out of their land, exiled, I guess they said. Do you know any stories about that happening?
What the fuck is a hen?
That's what the halfling are called in this world.
Oh!
They're chicken people.
I honest to God thought you guys were talking about giant chicken people there.
Maybe.
Well...
It wouldn't be the weirdest thing something wanted to date. Yep. I've seen people wanting to date weirder things.
Scrimbleshanks, this would be an educational type thing. So if you want to make an intelligence check, you might have read this in a history book back when you were with the folk.
Somebody forced out of their place by the others of their kind. No, I can't think of anything like that at all, obviously. I mean, I have succeeded with a low success with my intelligence.
Medium.
So it was probably, honestly, it's probably the exact same reason why you didn't feel comfortable there and you went out or was forced out. However, Scrimbleshank spins that. The hen in general are very much like, the Hobbits in that series. They're very homey, but there are certain of them that have this desire to explore and to find and to be more or to be better. They're generally shown the door, like, because they always bring problems. Is like historically they always bring problems to the rest of the hen. So when large groups or small groups even want to change things, or they want to explore, they want to do more trade or anything that that upsets the status quo, they're generally shown the door. There's a group of elders that get together, and they're basically to say, "Hey, why don't you go out and explore the wide world? Just
You're
go."
too wild for this town. Get out of here.
Yeah. But so with that role, but they have good reason to. Like historically, it's always been bad for the hen as a whole when they start to interact too much with the outside world. Bad things always happen.
I don't know what you're talking
Especially
about.
when you don't have a plan for when things go wrong.
Yeah. And that's actually a really good role. So this might be mythology. It might just be hearsay, but you had read in the books that the hen aren't native to this place, that they used to live in another realm and they were forced out of it into this world.
That wouldn't surprise me. People. I say that out of character. Of course, I don't know shit. My character's never read a book besides the one he has, and he can barely read that. He still needs a teacher, so as soon as I
Has
get enough
pictures.
money, I'm getting a teacher. It doesn't have pictures.
Yeah, that's what you know about the hen. Now, everyone can give me a wisdom check now, please.
Oh boy.
Does it feel like we're getting close to the source of whatever this is?
Yes.
It's hard to tell because like you're just getting a ground view. Like an aerial view would tell you more. But
Nothing.
I'm assuming you're not keeping your magic eye open the whole time.
Yeah.
You might.
I just think I want to cast Bless before we get too further into it because I want us to have that bonus before, and that lasts hours. So I just want to cast Bless.
Right.
Scribble Shanks is the wisest of them all. And the
Can
only
Yes.
Rednar still
Really are,
fly?
yeah.
Can
So
Rednar
everyone
still
failed the
fly?
Scrimble Shanks?
If you cast the spell.
Yeah.
Okay, Scrimble Shanks, you're the only one that notices. These hills here that have kind of like this man-made front to them, these are newly exposed. Like you're seeing that all the other ones still have like lichen growing over. They've got a lot of vegetation choking. These have been cleared and recent enough that the vegetation hasn't grown back.
Okay. So something has been here. Look at this, everybody. Over here, you can see how they haven't grown, or rather, they have grown, and over here they're removed. These are...
Anyway, so after casting Bless and hearing that from Scrimble Shanks, I'm going to look around and see if there are things like horse tracks and stuff, which I don't know if that falls under the same role. But given that we know people have been here, I want to look for horses or something.
It was a general notice roll, just to see what you. So yeah, you don't find any particular tracks, anything newish, or looking like anyone's gone through here recently. You cast Bless. You said.
Yeah, that's not the consecration spell. That's just to give us the bonus spell.
Right. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
And everyone else failed that wisdom check, right? So yeah. So Scrimble Shanks, you notice that, but you're not noticing like trails or anything. But it definitely looks like someone has cleared off the fronts of these caves.
6 turns. So that's
Can I
last a long
tell
time.
how? I mean, it wasn't a burning or cleared by hands.
Right.
Or...
So the range is correct on here. So you guys are fair.
All right.
Yeah, you're a fair distance away. So do you want to get closer to those?
Yeah, might as well.
I mean, it's the only way we're going to investigate them. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's say then that let's see here. You guys get
Here before we get attacked. When do we get attacked?
you guys get you start moving in this direction.
2 steps forward.
Okay. And let's have everybody. Well, no, let's do this as a party. Scrimble Shanks, why don't you roll me a d6?
Because you know it's me. That's why. Oh no, I got a 6 this time. Wow.
Excellent.
Okay.
We're all
What
surprised.
are the odds of that?
1 and 6, I'd say.
Less than that.
Okay, let me. Where the heck did my?
Given.
Sorry, I lost. I lost a token. Where did he go?
Oh,
I don't know. I guess nothing happened.
I guess not.
What a great
Oh.
and clear area this is, that where there are nothing jumping out to surprise
Uh,
us.
we can all have a look for it. What was it?
No, here I can just do it this way. I'll just highlight the whole screen until something pops up.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, and just nothing's happening.
Yeah, we can't do that though, because I mean they're
Yeah.
only on the GM side of things, so we can just.
Oh, I don't have
I'll just
control
put
of
another one down. That's fine.
Yes, I should do.
Okay.
Oh god, it's even bigger.
It disappeared?
No, give me a second.
Look at these.
So you've all got a +1 bonus to attack and damage.
Ooh, I might do 2 damage this time then.
Melee.
Great.
Melee attack and damage. No, +1. This is +1 to attack and damage. Yeah, and a +1 bonus to morale.
Oh, it's tiny. We're fine. Ah, no, it's crying.
It's not that big. So the 6, it was actually a surprise check. So 6 is bad, but this was very obvious as you get by. It is a small dragon-like creature. Any of you that would so Scrimbleshanks and Galen would immediately recognize it. It's a wyvern. It's not a dragon. It's a wyvern. And it's sunning itself on the rock, and its scales are very much the same color as the surrounding stone and vegetation. You absolutely see that as you're getting closer, and it does notice you and starts craning its neck around. So that's the thing you notice. And I'm getting echo through some people.
Someone. Try now.
Test. Okay, that's better.
Oh,
So it's both.
What you don't see, attacking from above. And this will make Radnar crap his pants, considering he died at least once by these creatures. Some manticores do a flyby, and yeah, they throw their spikes out at the group. All right, so here we go.
why do the nobles never just kill them? They should always. That's the first rule of being a noble. You find the flying fucking monsters, you kill them, their children, and all of the generations afterwards, so it's never a problem.
All right, so there's 12 spikes being fired, so everybody's going to take 2, and then
Someone takes more.
Radnar. Radnar and Dion will take 3.
How did I know that was coming?
Technically, you don't know what's coming, because you were all surprised for this.
You should
So
stop wearing that
Scrimbleshanks,
aftershave.
what is your AC without a dex bonus?
Do I have a dex bonus? Yeah, I do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I do have a dex bonus. Okay, so my armor class is 6 then, I guess.
15, so
Ooh, that'll hit.
1 spike does hit you. And this is how you're alerted that you're being attacked from above, as a spike is like goes right through your left arm.
I'm the warning hobbit.
Yeah.
Ah! We're under attack.
That
My
sounds like
armor's
a
falling.
rewarding comment.
Galen's got lots of armor, but what is your AC without dex bonus, Galen? And shield.
Same as my AC with Dex bonus.
Shield doesn't count either if you have a shield.
Okay. We'll roll and see, and I'll work out what my shield is. Shield's
So that
+4.
hits a 13,
0.
17. So that hits a -4 with a 17.
Well, that would hit my armor class anyway.
Yep. Okay. So also you get impaled by one of these for just 2 points. Just nicks you.
No, I'm dead. I fall over.
My AC is a 3.
2. Wait, a 3 you said?
Yes.
Only one. Yeah, one of them hits you.
Ow.
4 points damage.
Ow.
Oh my gosh! As if they
45
know that you've been killed
Oh.
in the past by some of their brethren. All three pin you, Radnar.
Wait, my AC without Dex bonus is 3.
Yeah, all three.
Oh,
No, they're good. They're good attacks.
yeah. Okay.
11
Can I be a
points of
flying
damage.
skull again?
What's that?
Can I be a flying skull again?
They didn't do that much damage. 11 points of damage. And both going at Jenkins miss. Maybe everyone else yelling and screaming as they're getting impaled caused Jenkins to die for cover.
Are we on horses?
All right. What's that?
Are we on horses?
No.
Yeah, I imagine so. I think you guys took
Yeah.
horses.
Probably not anymore.
No
Probably
horses
not.
were impaled in this encounter.
What kind of war horse is fine?
Right. So let's go ahead and do initiative. You got 2 in the sky, and you've got a wyvern that's just waking up after sunning itself on some rocks. So let's have Jameis roll the d6 for your side.
Know what I want to do, but it's not
Casting?
going to work.
I will be casting, yes.
6.
Okay.
I know what I want to do, but it's not going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway.
I might be casting too. I gotta look at my spells again.
Shield?
So you guys will be going first. Missile. Anyone shooting or firing
Yeah,
off
I'll
a
be
missile?
pulling out my bow and shooting them with my stuff.
Okay,
That
so they're
doesn't
going to
do
be
before
about
magic,
80
does it?
feet. About 80 feet up. I think you still have range, but that might be medium or long for you.
Yeah, it's medium.
Yeah, my bliss still counts. It doesn't say it doesn't count for missile weapons, so it's still good.
Oh, okay. All right. Well then.
It just says +1 to attack and damage, so no. It's the god. God does what she wants. The lady just says, okay, yeah, 50% damage now.
And I'm shooting at one of the manticores.
Sure.
Pow! I hit AC 11.
11. It
Not
is
that good.
AC. Where is it? Echo movement, saving throw, alignment.
I think so.
4. AC 4. So yeah, you miss.
Ah, well.
Goes wide. Anyone else with missile?
I am casting.
Okay, so casting is next then. Go ahead.
Fireball.
Straight up.
Yep.
Okay, so you got range. They're 80 feet up. But I tell you what, make me a luck check. Say high or low. If you get it, they're going to be close enough get together that you can get both.
High.
High it is.
Pretty high.
You can hit both.
Okay.
All right, they get a save. They fail. So you do
Nice.
33 points of damage to both. So they spiral to the ground in cinders as you take them both out. Someone else was casting? Still
Yep.
time?
Yeah. How far away is... Okay, that's plenty. I'm gonna cast Darkness on the Wyvern.
It's 60 feet away.
It's 120-foot range.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
do that.
On the wyvern or around the wyvern? Because those
Around
are two
it,
different
so
attacks.
it's a 15-foot radius
Okay.
area.
Is
Of
it centered
magical
on the
blackness.
wyvern or just because if it's centered on the wyvern, it will move with the wyvern, which is what you want.
But that is an
Says
attack
it
on
can
a
be cast
creature,
on
which is
an
different.
object, but it doesn't say. So, can I blind it instead then?
Yes.
Let me blind
It
it.
works
Think
just
so.
it works just like a light spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna blind it.
Okay, so I think it gets a save.
Yep, for
Yes, it
spell.
should do.
Yep.
Yep.
It fails.
Uh,
So it is shrouded in darkness.
No, it's blinded.
Mm-hmm.
Blinded
Was anyone else
by the
casting?
light.
All right, so that we're going to melee or movement. Anyone?
I was going to head towards the wyvern getting something out of my pocket, but that might be a bit irrelevant now.
Yeah.
Move your token. If anyone is moving, please move your tokens.
Okay. If I can get my character sheet out of the way.
I can't move after casting, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How far can I move is probably the question.
Whatever your movement rate is.
Assume that you're not burdened with any extra weight stuff. We'll do it that way. So you're an elf.
Well, I'm on a horse.
You're on a
Just a
horse,
horse.
right? So 80 is fine for a horse on a movement.
Okay. How far is 80?
Is the wyvern flying?
Well,
that
currently you
enough?
can't see it because 15-foot radius pretty much conceals everything except for a tail.
No, I blinded its eyes. I didn't put darkness around it.
Oh, you
No,
did.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just blind.
Yeah, it's not current. It's currently on the ground. It's on the top of the mountain here. This very small hill. I shouldn't say mountain.
I'm heading to the wyvern and getting something in my pocket.
Okay.
All
Is
right.
anyone else moving? So Scrimbleshanks could move as well since you shot a missile. You
Yeah,
can
I'm
still
happy
move.
where I am. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I think I am going to do the. I have yet to charge another thing with my axe, so I may as well use it. So I'm just gonna. I think here's good. That's in melee range, right?
No,
See that one?
no.
This one?
You got to be right next to it to be in melee.
Okay, 1 sec. I was here, so that's 40.
You can get it. Your horse goes 80, so yeah. I mean, at worst, it was 60 from you.
That is.
Now, here's the thing, though. Charging on horseback is a little different than you charging in and hitting things. It's harder, for one, because you're having to control your horse while you're doing it as well, and you do not have a war horse.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
So first thing I need you to do is give me a wisdom check to see if you can get your horse that close.
Oh
to
boy, everything's a wisdom check. Okay, yeah, that's a fail.
Yeah,
Ooh,
your
that is a fail.
horse nopes out.
So I just
And-
jump off the horse?
Well, you can jump off the horse if you want, but your horse is
Okay.
going to go and basically northwest away. If you want to jump off your horse and land where you are, that's fine, but you're not
Yeah.
going to be able to charge the wyvern.
That's fine. I guess I'll attack next turn.
Okay. And Richard, you said you are fine where you are, or are you going to
Yeah,
move?
I'm good. That moving.
Okay. In which case,
To be fair, since the wyvern's blind, the horse freaking out and running away is probably a really good distraction.
True.
So are both Manticore
Horses
dead?
make a lot of
Sorry.
noise.
Yeah.
Horses make a lot of noise. Sorry, what were you saying?
Are both Manticore dead then? That we
Yes.
know of?
that
Okay.
yes, that you know of. But what you don't see, spellcaster.
There's the other
Yeah.
5 Manticores.
My turn now. So 20 foot across, 60 foot wide. It's going to catch Scrimbleshake, Stoltheim, and
casting?
Ragnar.
Who's casting?
You don't see him because he
Okay,
was
so
invisible. He becomes visible for a moment as he casts a lightning bolt that is in a
Great
line.
invisibility?
What's that?
Does he have great invisibility?
Does he have what invisibility?
Greater invisibility.
Well, yes, he's doing it from an item, actually. And not that your character would know that.
Okay.
But
No, it's just that visibility cancels when you attack, so how can you
Mhm.
still be invisible afterwards?
well, no, so let me do the line, and then you can see what's going
Yep.
on here. I'm trying to find where the heck
Cool.
is my. I could have sworn there used to be. Oh, there it is. Beam. Beam.
Acid.
Okay, so yeah, there we go. It is a line coming from over here, and as he casts it, for just a moment, you see a figure that is got black and silver robes. I guess everybody that's caught in it could see him for just a moment, and there's a gem centered in the middle of his forehead, almost like it's a third eye. Looks very pale and kind of wasted. He doesn't look undead. He just looks like somebody who hasn't seen the sun in a very long time. But so lightning bolt comes through here. All of you guys, except for Galen and Jenkins, who are not in the line, go ahead and make me a save versus spell for half.
You can do it.
And folks need to decide if they actually there are no bits left, right? Our bit tally person. Are we done with bits?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's 24 points of damage to everyone that has failed the save. It's 12 points if you succeed the save.
I am done. I'm -10.
You're -10.
I am -10.
All after the Manticore attack as well. So he's
Yeah.
Well, you would have no, Grim Legion wouldn't have had a time. There's negative
I
10
might have regenerated like 1 or 2, but I'd still be at like -8.
Yeah. Which no, that's good because that means you're not dead. You're in stasis.
Okay.
You're yeah. So like -10 is dead. Like your ring of regeneration is not going to bring you back from -10. But as long as you haven't hit -10, every round you bleed 1, but you regain 1, and so you're kind of in that. Yeah. So you're in that stasis area.
Okay.
So you go down. How's everyone else?
Was I hit by that?
No, you were not.
What? All right. Well, I guess I'm going for the head.
Okay. And then my wyvern thing is basically going to just lash around. I'm just going to have him move in a random direction. He's going to take off in this direction, trying to shake the magical darkness, which he cannot. But he starts moving in that direction as he takes off flying. And just so you guys have something to see, let me
Did Jenkins and I notice the spellcaster?
I
Yeah,
am
let me
not
look
a
at the weapon.
spellcaster. I have terrible range options, so give me a minute. I might not be of great help during this fight. I'm sorry, Lol.
There's somebody on the ground you can hit.
Yeah, I just don't know if we noticed it because we're looking at the weapon.
I mean, somebody will say, we just got attacked by something. But,
Okay.
you know.
Yeah,
You said that all the time.
casting that
That's not
spell makes him visible, and since he can't move, he can't perform another action either. So for the moment, he is visible. And that is the round. So new round. Scrimbleshanks, roll a d6.
Me?
Oh, I'm sorry, not Scrimbleshanks. Stoltheim. Going down the list, sorry.
Going down. I was going to say, we're going all over the list.
4.
Also, he's not quite touching the ground. He's like levitating a few feet off the ground. Is anyone spellcasting?
Did you roll, Bert?
I haven't rolled yet.
Okay.
I haven't rolled yet.
All right. No. Oh, no.
Okay. 2,
Yes.
you guys go first.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Cure Light on Radnar.
Okay.
What's the roll for that? Is it just 1d8, 1d6 plus 1? Okay. Well,
Yes, not much.
4.
That'll help.
Okay. So he would have been at
Yeah, I'm at -3 now.
yeah, you'd be -3. So yeah, he's still down and he's still at the point where he can't recover because no, he can, because when you do that, you're no longer bleeding out. So it'll take you 3 rounds and you will 4 rounds and you'll be back up.
Wait, I have a question. If I use that as a 2nd level spell slot, does it still only do a d6?
No
plus
such
1?
thing. Yeah, you can't
No
cast
such
spells
thing.
at newer slots or higher slots.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Some spells give you bonuses if you are a higher level caster, but you can't cast them in higher slots.
Heal's not one of them. You just give it flat. That's it. You need
Okay.
the higher level cure spell.
That's
All
all
right.
the healing I can do.
Anyone else with spells? Nope. Missile.
I guess I'm still shooting at the... No, I look around for the thing which just heavily injured us.
Yes, you see the spellcaster that's hovering about 3 feet off the ground.
And then I shoot them. With
Yeah,
my...
he's at 45, so I'm not sure what that is for range for you.
We will find out. That's short range, actually. 50.
Yeah.
All right. Be prepared. We still don't get the bonus from your bless. Be
No, you
prepared
do.
to take an arrow to your somewhere. Jesus
Yeah. It's a miss.
Christ. Really? They don't have AC 11?
No.
Isn't that exactly the same roll you did previously?
No, I did 4 damage previously, so it's slightly
Yeah.
different.
Right. Anyone else with a missile?
Nah,
Nope.
I have a whole other plan.
Okay, so then it's melee.
I charge.
Okay. You're not on horseback now, but
He's only 25 feet
he's
of range.
25, so you can charge. Now, keep in
Oh,
mind that when you charge, it lowers your armor class on the next round for charging.
I don't care. I'm going to lodge my axe into him so that
Sure.
he can't escape me.
Go right ahead.
Or I'm going to try. What do I roll to hit?
Just whatever your weapon is. There's no bonus for charging. You just get to move your full and make the attack.
All right. That should...
Yeah, it's going to miss.
Yeah.
Hey, worse than me.
Okay, fair enough.
Galen, you are on horseback.
Yep. And I'm still facing the Wyvern because I'm pushing. And I've pulled out the dragon symbol thing that the Black Dragon gave us to hopefully control dragon-related creatures. And I'm going to present that to the Wyvern and see what happens. He's blind. He's not a full dragon. Who the hell knows? Let's give it a go and see if I can ride a Wyvern.
Yeah, nothing seems to happen, but it could be because it can't see it, or it could be because it's not a dragon. Can't really tell, but it doesn't do anything.
Okay, thought I'd give it a go.
I guess
I had
that's
this great dream of getting on the Wyvern and riding it around and attacking manticores and stuff. No.
So, on the magic user's turn, Jenkins, make me a save versus spell.
All right. Sure.
Oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. That tracks. That tracks.
I goddamn hate some spellcasters. No offense, Ragnar. Resist.
I'm unconscious.
Okay, I think that was the right one.
Okay.
Fail.
You are turned into a vaguely you-sized dung beetle, as he has just polymorphed you.
Oh!
This
That's
is why
good.
magic users' children don't have kids, because no one wants to fuck them.
That's its
God.
turn. The dragon is going to go in a random direction, lashing out as it goes, but as per the rules, it can't actually make an attack, so it's lashing around, heads this way, doesn't really hit anything. Magic user chose to cast a spell instead of turning invisible again, so he's still quite visible.
That's all right. It's next round, isn't it?
So next round,
Oh,
so let's get
is it one
Radnar.
card?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
only got one person on my side. You guys have had your turn
Yeah.
first. So Radnar, you're rolling a d6, and you're at -2 hit points this round.
All right.
Anybody on your side casting?
It's a 3.
No cast.
I'm going to cast Mace to the head. It has a physical component to it.
I am also casting. So I only got a 2. So you guys go first. So no one was casting, so we go to missile first. You're going to shoot.
Yeah. I'll move over a tiny bit as well, just because. And then, can I do better than a hitting 11?
Do it.
I hit an
Yes.
84 with maximum damage.
It's better, but it still misses. So what happens actually, it should have hit. But something shimmers around the mage. So he has a spell up lowering his armor class. And it goes
Shield or
wide.
something.
It should have hit, but it goes wide. So
I
that's
just give
missile
up.
melee. Jenkins, you can attack, but you're a dung beetle.
How the fuck can a dung beetle attack? No offense.
Pincers. Claw.
Yeah.
Claw, bite.
So your hit
You know-
points remain the same. You have none of your normal abilities. You're going to be hitting as a 0 level fighter, but you are a large dung beetle.
Give me a second. I have to check what dung beetles look like. Wait, they have wings. Can I fly into his pants?
No, you're too big for that.
How? Wait, I'm
You're like a
same size.
human-sized dung beetle.
Can I bite him in the balls? Or try to?
Actually, I tell you what, behavioral patterns, tendencies, and intelligence. So, like, you actually don't have the capacity to think right now. So, I tell you what,
I don't have the capacity to think in general, so okay.
make me a luck check. Say high or low before you roll a D100.
Okay, I'm gonna say low.
Okay, go ahead.
Fuck.
No,
I love my roll today.
you must flee. You must flee. I was going to give you the choice of fight, flight, or freeze, but you must flee. So you start moving in another direction away. Galen,
We can't track your character down. We can't rescue you. You might have to come up with a new character.
Oh, it's fine. I'm OCC. I'm calling. I think I know what my next character is going to be if this one dies. I might kill a couple children, but it's fine.
So I have figured out a way out of polymorph. So you return to your normal makeup when you're killed.
Okay.
So give somebody your ring of regeneration, kill them, they revert to normal.
Yeah,
But they don't regenerate from that because they're dead.
That's true. They're not actually dead. You're right. That wouldn't work. Okay, so Galen.
I mean, we'll still kill him anyway. I mean, just
charge and I hit.
Oh, that hits.
Nice.
All right, 9 points of damage.
Crit with my mace. Crit tell Bert with my mace. I can't remember what the crit does, but you said if I ever crit with
it's just
my mace,
maximum possible damage. So what is the
I
maximum?
want that anyway.
Yeah, so then that's all it is. It's nothing else.
No.
So 9 points of damage upside the head. It hurts him. He bleeds red blood.
For my turn, can I rifle through Radnor's pockets and see if I can find a potion?
Yeah.
Can I shove it down his throat?
Yep.
Okay.
Radnar, did you have any healing potions?
Yeah, I've got a couple actually.
Perfect.
He'll mark one off and roll.
Right. I can't see what
Damn. Waste of a crit.
Okay, so what am I rolling?
Which kind is it?
Potion.
See, I've
Should have
got
been 2 points. Never mind.
I've got some of those energy drink healing potions.
Those are D6s. Yep.
Okay. And I've got 2 regular healing potions.
You can choose whichever one it is that he took out of your bag.
Take one of the energy drinks. It's a D6, you said?
Mm-hmm. All right, you're back up. With a few hit points to your name.
I look down at you as you like choke and sputter awake from like being forced to drink it. I'm like, don't you ever leave me again! I'm supposed to die before you.
I feel around to make sure I'm not a flying skull.
All right, that's everybody on your side. So the wizard is now going to fly up because he's got a spell already intact, and he is going to turn invisible. So
do I get to take opportunity as he moves away?
Technically, yes. So go ahead.
I'll take technicality.
Yeah.
No.
That's going to miss. Yeah.
That's a miss.
All right. So you do see that he rockets up and then turns invisible.
Scatter.
All right. Let's not do rounds just yet. What do you guys do? So you've got a wyvern that's basically just flying off into the distance, still head shrouded in darkness. You've got this man-sized dung beetle that's slowly moving away because dung beetles are slow. That used to be Jenkins. Everyone is up. There's a mage around, but he has flown up and disappeared.
Is it safe to say Jenkins is gone, or is this recoverable?
It's recoverable.
Okay. I don't mind making another character, though. I know how punishing some of this is.
So another polymorph spell or a dispel magic or even a remove curse can fix this.
Oh, remove curse. Well, one of us can do that.
Let's hope.
As in, I know I can remove curses. That's
Okay.
that's what I can do for Secure.
I'm
I
gonna
remove curses.
I'm gonna move out like this way, so I'm not in like a straight line with like the rest of the people.
Scatter!
Scatter. Like he disappeared. Like okay, I'm ready, and I want to take like a dodge action or a defense action. Like I want to be on the ready. Like
Sure. You can get behind some trees. You can take cover. That's
I'll
fine.
go behind these trees. I'll hide in the bush.
Yeah, hide in bush. I cast not be seen. Anyone else?
Oh, since you've said remove curse can do that, I'm going to chase him down and remove curse.
Okay.
Oh, lady, return this dung beetle unto the human thing that he was.
Yep. Jenkins, roll me a d20.
Okay.
Oh god, is this gonna be to make sure
Save
he's not
versus.
obsessed with poop when he comes back?
Yep. He fails his save versus spell, which means he reverts back to Jenkins.
Oh,
Welcome.
Is that an improvement?
it's fine.
Listen, his intelligence went up at least 1 point. At least 1 point, so...
Okay, what's everyone else doing?
I mean, I moved slightly, so I am not standing directly next to Radnor. And I guess I'll look around into the sun for this thing that rocketed up into the sky, the person.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you look around. You can roll me a d6.
You mean I can get us ambushed again? Fine. Oh, not quite. Just
You're not
fine.
seeing like you saw him climb into the sky flying, so you're thinking maybe you can see a shadow cast by him or something. And you're looking around and you're just not seeing anything. You do see the wyvern continue to wing off to the north.
The wyvern's gone. Shadow. Interest.
It was just there sunning itself when we decided to ruin its day. It didn't even attack us.
He had been planning that vacation for months.
Yep. And he's an optician too. And now you've permanently blinded him. I mean...
Only last 12 turns.
Blind is permanent? Or opposite
No,
of light?
light. Light thing. The light spell only lasts 12 turns.
Yeah, darkness.
There's a continual light spell.
Oh, right. That must be the difference.
But this is the lower level vision. I assume it's the lower level vision light spell.
Do we need
Which
to
is
continue?
only 12 turns. He's only going to be down for the half day,
Do we
Well,
have?
so far, everyone's being really cautious. You're waiting for another attack, but thus far, nothing else has happened. Like,
I'm
a couple of
bored,
minutes.
and
go
if nothing
by.
is going to happen, I'm going to look down here into the cave because I'm just, so I don't know.
All right. So this did used to be a structure. Like you're looking at it, the front of it's been cleared away. The vegetation has been burned away. You are seeing that it's burned away. But this was a building of some sort. You can see that the rocks that are around it must have happened ages ago and just kind of built up around it. So looking in, especially since you can see in the dark, there is a chamber beyond, and it does decline. It does have an incline or a decline down into the ground. But at some point, this was an above-ground structure that goes underground. There are some sigils carved in or glyphs carved into the rock at the base of this archway that you're seeing.
Good for him.
And make me an intelligence check, Galen.
Yeah.
Stoltheim's gonna be trying to
Yeah,
concentrate
no
on magical
idea.
sight.
They're
No
definitely
idea.
no. You have an idea. They're definitely Yithian. You've seen the symbols before, but you can't make out what they say.
I couldn't make out what they said, even if I knew what they were. Hey, Rednor, got some Yithian here.
Wait, what?
Yithian. No, the old ones.
Ah,
Come and have a look, or we'll end up splitting the party.
all right. I'll go
While
ahead.
they're
And...
While they do all that,
All right, what's that?
I'm gonna concentrate on magical sight during this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
In which case, make me a d6 roll, Dion.
Trace.
Okay. I mean, you look around. There is some magic coming from where Galen is peering into this structure over here. But you're not seeing anything else immediately around.
Careful, there's magic in there. And I'm gonna look at the sky and just scan around. Paranoid.
No, that's my thing, paranoid about above.
Ragnar.
Is the sun magic? Does the sun glow brighter in magical sight?
Actually, it does.
Okay.
Because anything living actually gives off a little bit of magical aura. Like think about it like radiation. There's always a certain amount of background magic just for anything that's alive.
So the sun is alive? That's terrifying to think about. Okay, well, I'm trying to avoid looking directly into the sun, but I'm trying to scan the air during this.
There's sun gods for a reason, Galen. I mean, Dion, whatever. Close
All
enough.
right. So Radnar, you're starting to heal back as your ring of regeneration kicks in. Did you stumble over to where Galen is to look at this structure?
Yes.
All right. You can make me an intelligence check.
All right. I possibly can. There we go.
Okay. It's a low. It's it's not a particularly high success, but it is. You confirm that it's Yithian. Radnar has done enough studying of the Yithian language, just glyphs that you've put together, that you can make out something of what this is.
Okay.
First off, it's a tomb. The person that was entombed here was apparently a great sorcerer, a great wizard. And then there's a section of the history that you can't quite make out. Something about being bound to the will of, or first slave of, or something. And you can't make more out than that. And then the last of the history looks like it's just been just eroded over time. But this is a burial chamber to someone that used to be a very powerful wizard.
Okay.
Yeah, competition.
And of course, we'll let my compatriots know this.
Are you going to stand for this, Rednor? You going to say there's a wizard more powerful than you?
I don't know, man. He's dead though, right? Maybe he has some cool shit in here.
Yeah, let's go in. Shield
Don't
up.
forget to leave a tin or copper piece as an offering from the necklace we have. I
I
scream
mean,
from the
presumably
bush.
that was the one who cast the spell at us, right?
Oh, I'm staying in that bush. What do you mean? I'm not leaving. I'm hiding in that bush.
I'm going into the tomb, and I'm completely ignoring that superstition about the copper. If any undead want to come after me, I'm going to put them down. I invite them to come after me. I'm going to put them down.
Okay. The chamber isn't, it does decline enough to be considered like underground, right? But it just kind of comes out into a circular area that has flagstones. You see that there's been someone living has been here because more modern like candle holders are around. There's still some waxy stubs of candles that have been recently lit. There's food, like fresh, recent food laid out on a couple of tables. But center in this floor down here is a stone sarcophagus that has the lid is been shattered from top to bottom and is currently empty. But there's definitely signs of someone very much alive has been living here. There's like some reeds and some straw that have been gathered together for like a small pallet to sleep on. There's a gourd full of water.
Is there anything that look? Because I've still got my magic side up. Is there anything that looks particularly like magical in here?
Remnants of some magic on the tomb.
I mean, that makes sense.
So was that the wizard from here that we just had
Is there
a?
any sign of a name or anything, especially on the tomb itself?
Yeah.
You know, a bit better clarity of this wizard's name was Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah, Rednar just didn't do well enough on the roll with his Yithian to get it. I mean, yes, there is a name out there, but you couldn't make heads or tails of it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Stoltheim, you're still sitting out there. You're still cowering in the weeds. You still have your magical side up. Roll me a d6.
6.
Okay.
Doing better.
Nothing. All right, inside. The tomb, there's nothing really ornate about it. It's stone. Inside, it looks like, there's some rotted cloth in the bottom. It looks like there used to be some other stuff in here just by the impressions, but it's gone now. The stone has been etched with more of this Yithian. Radnar, this is a new set of script. Radnar and Galen, you both can give me an intelligence checks.
Can I also give you a detect secret door?
Yeah, you can do that.
Cool. Very low success on the
Low success.
script.
Okay.
Oh,
And I detect nothing. Cool.
I like magic. I like magic a lot.
Does bless help with intelligence checks?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so Galen can make, or excuse me, you failed to detect magic, but you did succeed on the intelligence check. So Galen, you recognize one of the glyphs on the tomb, and you've seen this before on a Yithian tomb, and that's why you recognize it. It's Harbinger or Envoy. Could be either one in translation.
I'll point that out to Radnor, but I don't recall whether we've come across it.
With that roll, I don't think I understand anything.
There's nothing new. Yeah.
Cool. Well, doesn't seem to be anything here. Can't see any secret rooms or anything. So, yeah. If it was him, any particular looking like a personal item or anything lying around?
Personal items? No. Food, and it must have been gotten from a farmstead because it's bread, it's cheese, stuff like that. Someone had to make this food. It's not just food that's been harvested from the land, as well as these wax candles are very much modern.
Yeah, they may have just been staying here and using this as a local base or something, or whoever was in the tomb came alive and they've been feeding him. But we've got no name to call out, so yeah.
Do we want to leave a note just saying, "Hey,
We stop by you when we'll come back later."
exactly.
Dion, make me a wisdom check.
All right. Here it comes. But low success.
Okay, so low success. this is something that we're going to chalk up to what happens to sorcerers in Averone. Because the Inquisition uses this quite a lot to find out who might be studying the dark arts. Someone is going through your memories. Someone is looking through your mind, pulling out your memories.
Oh dear. How rude.
Is that something that they have to be close to me to do?
60 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna quickly scan around me and
Roll
see
me
if I
another
see
D6.
anything. Yeah. Bop. That's a 5.
You're not seeing anything.
I panic and I'm gonna run out of the bush to the cave, but I'm not entering the cave, and I'm just
Okay.
like, he's reading my mind! Quick, tell me to think about something to distract him!
I walk up to Soul Sign, and I say something. I grab him and just say, think of the most disgusting, horrific thing that would make any normal mortal man puke, especially magic users who have never left the sanctity of their home, let alone touch a woman.
It's a dung beetle.
Romantic love. That will scare him. That will scare him. Because Ragnar Large absolutely has touched a woman, but that's because he's probably older than every single one of us combined.
I'm not older than Galen.
As he says all
know.
this, I'm just imagining in my head, as Stoll time, I'm imagining Scrimbleshanks in his underwear trying to be sexy and seduce me. That is the thought that immediately arises, is Scrimbleshanks doing like a sexy underwear dance.
And he will
Just
tell
right.
everybody
like, oh,
all about how sexy he is.
Oh,
Okay,
God, why did
I'm-
you put this in my head?
Does it work?
No. I gave you a chance.
Aw.
Does he try to search out my mind now to find if I have ever done that sort of sexy dance?
Fucking, I goddamn hate these wizards. Fucking mind game shit. You know, maybe this is why they don't give education to people.
Just because you're unarmed in the ideas of mind games.
Whatever. Fucking,
All right. So again, Galen and Radnar, you're looking around inside the tomb. It's not much here other than clearly somebody living has been using it to stay in for not long. Like you don't see a lot of refuse in here. The food is maybe a day old.
No, I got nothing. Might as well leave. Rednall, anything?
So there's nothing. I mean, I would be interested in seeing if there's, a wizard was here. Is there a spell book?
No spell book. But I mean, the glyphs in the Yithian tongue tell you that this is the burial place of a very powerful sorcerer. But no spell books. There must have been some grave goods inside the crypt or inside the sarcophagus, but they're not there now.
get his body and eat it. Absorb his power.
No body.
Oh, god damn it.
That's the point. That's the point that the tomb's been opened, and either he's out running around or was being invaded or taken away or something. I don't know.
Hey, can I ask, are there any bones of, like, the giants left?
Oh, there are plenty of bones of giants under lots of hills in the area, but not here.
Okay. I'll have to go and see if I can, eat one of the bones. Because my character thinks maybe they'll make him more like his titans. Or maybe his titan gods have really forsaken him.
And you come
They
down
ain't
with a
fun
prion
shit.
disease by eating old bone.
Well, that would probably be more help than what the titan fucks have done. Lol.
Yeah. So what are you guys doing? Radnar. Also,
Okay.
make me a wisdom check. And what languages does Radnar speak?
He does speak Infernal or something, because I know that's come up before.
I keep forgetting which character speaks which. I have it down here.
I just go with what it was listed on the character sheet.
Okay, yeah, I speak. No, it's not there. Okay, I speak Draconic, French, Elvish, and Infernal.
I love how French is just in the middle of that. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
All right, make me a wisdom check.
All right.
Red nor the wise.
Okay. After Stoltheim tells you what he does, as he comes in and screams that someone's in his brain, I mean, you know the ESP spell, so you stop for a minute, and just kind of let your mind wander. And sure enough, someone is looking through your memories as well.
Can I shut them out?
Not really. There's no save on your side for ESP.
I don't know. I'm thinking of like playing out the movie Inception in my head and freaking dropping them down levels and just all kinds of weird mind shit.
Actually, you would know this, Radnor, because we're saying that I want to pass on to Stodheim if he doesn't know. The ability to perceive thoughts is obstructed by a thin layer of lead or by a rock of 2 feet or thicker, 3 feet thick or greater. So
you can jump in the sarcophagus and pull the lid on over yourself.
Well, just being inside, just being underneath in the ground, underneath the chamber would be enough.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on getting in a coffin.
Well, about the time that you figure out that someone is looking through your mind, one of the candles starts speaking in Infernal, or at least that's where a voice seems to emanate from one of the candles.
Ooh, someone with ventriloquism.
What does it say?
It's asking you a question in Infernal.
Okay.
It's asking, is it time?
Remind me, time for what?
This one time in summer camp. Fuck, it was band camp. What is it? Sorry,
Is it time for his return?
Nah, maybe later.
Again, the candle speaks, or at least the voice comes from around where the candle is, and asks you, or says, you have no memory of the signs, but I'm awake, so he must be returning.
Yeah, but he told me to tell you to chill out for now, and don't worry about it.
So, Bill,
Yes.
What is your intelligence?
18.
Okay, this is definitely a ventriloquism spell, so you know the caster has to be within 60 feet.
Fireball. Everybody's in there has fire protection and I'm outside the cave.
Would that be like in the cave?
60 feet could easily be outside the cave.
I mean, I could fireball in here and we'd all be fine, right?
Yeah, but he might not be in here.
Who has fire protection again? I don't.
I'm not in the cave, so I'll be fine.
No, but if Stoltenheim's in the cave, I'm not doing it.
No, I'm outside the cave. I was too scared to go in because I thought if we all went in the cave, he'd collapse the cave and then we'd all be in the cave. So I'm staying out of the cave because I'm paranoid.
That is the problem with a fireball in here. You could cause this thing to collapse on you. And while you may be proof against fire, you're not proof against rockfall.
All right, yeah, look, I've learned a lot since I cast lightning bolt while we were all submerged. So not doing that again.
What language does the Stoltheim speak?
I speak languages, and they're good ones. I speak Sylvan, French, and Common.
Okay. In Sylvan, pretty close to you, a voice says, I wish to present myself. Will you allow me to do so without harm? In
Are
Sylvan.
you gonna hurt me?
Undecided.
Well, I won't hurt you if you don't hurt me.
The bargain's made.
I don't like bargains. Can you use a different word?
I agree.
Much better.
Much better. Thank you.
Okay. So he will appear then. Give me a second.
Fobble.
Right there, just behind you, and in view of the mouth of the cave.
That's the same token as Studline.
Yep. I grabbed what I could grab. Okay.
Yeah.
I like-
All right. So you're seeing a man, maybe in his older age, 40s, 50s. Hard to tell exactly. He looks very thin and weary. Like he's got dark patches under his eyes. He looks like he has not had a great deal of sleep. But the thing that really stands out is that in the middle of his head, there is a gemstone. It looks like it's a sapphire to you, perhaps. Dressed in a black tattery robe that's got silver lining around it. It looks moldy. It's threadbare, has holes.
You fella look like some fella I used to know back. He was, besides you trying to kill him, you look sort of similar. I mean, besides you trying to kill us, you look sort of similar. Oh,
But yeah, we'll end there for the night as he has
Yeah.
revealed himself to you with not immediately offering you more harm.
yeah.
Dun dun dun.
We immediately offer him.
Yes, yeah, that's really the question that we'll have to sort out the next session,
I mean,
guys.
Schoenheim
you
is the
attack
one
me.
who said, "Hey, I'm not going to hurt you." So
Yeah,
the rest of us are-
exactly.
Well, hurt
True
is
enough.
very subjective because I was gonna cast Hold Person on him if I caught him.
Ah,
That won't hurt him, but
You also know that's probably not going to work.
you don't
okay,
know
let
me.
No, but I do know hold person.
That's fair.
Let me check something real quick.
tell him his fashion's out of date. Hurt him emotionally instead.
Oh, that's mean.
Actually, it
Wizards
could
are
possibly
always
work.
fashionable.
I keep forgetting with whether or not hold person has a hit die limitation, like it doesn't affect anything. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Oh,
4 +
does
1
it?
hit die, so you know that's
Oh.
not going to work because
Okay.
lightning bolt is higher than 4th level.
I don't know that. Well, maybe I do.
Yeah.
I know.
Not that you think
lightning
about it
bolt.
in levels per se, but you know that his power level is likely high enough that that's not going to work.
It's over
You just have to
9,000.
cast Hold Monster instead.
He may count as one. Who knows? But we'll end it there for the night, guys. Richard, why don't you tell us about your stream?
Because I haven't streamed in a while, that's why I wouldn't tell you about it. But I suppose I can do that now and hope that I actually get around to streaming some point soon. Hi, I'm Richard, and I stream video games that I play badly. You can watch me here on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now.
Limited time offer.
No
vowels.
No vowels.
Screw those vowels.
Yeah.
Famous, what do you got going on?
Yeah, I got a blog there. I recently talked about some movies I saw and about my time that I spent last week in Fiji.
E.g., I know there's water that comes from there.
I heard they had camp.
Oh yes, we definitely had water. Lots of water.
Nice. Dion, tell us about your stream.
Well, when I'm not playing TTRPGs with all my super cool, awesome friends like you guys, yeah, even you can find me on my channel at Substances Used, where I play retro JRPG games and do some GTA 5 roleplay. Right now for games, we're playing through FIDA Emblem of Justice. Think Shining Force, but grizzled, dirty, grim, dark war veterans instead of, we're gonna save the world. Yeah,
So disillusioned heroes.
yeah, kind of. They're just survivors.
Hmm. Nice. I'll have to check that out. Bill, what do you got going on for the Frog Gods? Anything?
Well, we're kind of on a break from the Brackus game while people hang out at TotalCon. Running my Dwaro Deep game on Wednesdays. Feel like playing that? Hit me up. I'll get you in the game.
Good stuff. Constantine, you got anything there you want to throw out?
Not that I want to say in front of my father, no.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that OnlyFans site's going real well.
No.
All right, guys. Yeah, if you found us, you know where we are. But check out Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. All of our social media links are there, as well as about 14 years worth of past role-playing goodness, all kinds of fun stuff with some of the faces that are here tonight. Going way back. But check it out, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated. We will catch you next time.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good to knock.